There comes a moment in one's life when they think of the most crazy collabs that we all know would never happen. What if Jesus was in Fortnite? What if Mario and Sonic had a game together that wasn't the Olympic Games? Or in my case, what if Skylanders and Pokemon were in the same universe? Like that would ever happen. Anyways, today we're going to take the original 32 Skylanders and put them into the Pokemon universe. We will be giving them their Pokemon type and 4 moves they would have. Starting off with the magic element, we have Spyro. Spyro the Dragon, which is the reason why he is a mono dragon type. Now I know you could easily argue, hey, he spits fire, why can't he be a dragon fire type? But like any dragon, like the most basic dragons spit fire, but we don't say, hey, that's a fire dragon, we say, hey, that's a dragon. His moves would be Headbutt, Flamethrower, Fly, and Wing Attack. Wing Attack based on his 3DS Dark Spyro moveset. Instead of firing his, fire out his mouth, he would hit you with his wings. Next up is Double Trouble. He is a fairy electric type. His main move with his wand is completely lightning based. A lot of this stuff actually has to do with lightning. So I give him the moves Thunderbolt, Calm Mind, Moon Blast, and Disarming Voice. Just because he's like, Ooga Booga Boo! Ooga Booga! Next up, for the magic element, we have Wrecking Ball, the fairy rock type. Now, I don't think I need to explain this at all. He rolls like a rock. He's just a roller. So, for that reason, he gets the moves Roll Out, Swallow, Stockpile, and Spit Up. With Stockpile, if you don't know any Pokemon things, basically you just, the more you do it, the more health you'll get when you swallow, or the more damage you'll spit when you spit up. To end off the magic element, we have Voodoo, which I don't even own, so I'd actually look up his moveset. But I put him as a fairy psychic type. Now you might be saying, oh, he has his little spear, could be a steel type. But dude, if I had that same mentality for every single Skylander, half these people would be steel type with their weapons. His moves would be Future Sight, Dazzling Gleam, Iron Tail to his iron weapon, and Trick Room. For magic, I would honestly give that whole type of element the 2 types of fairy and psychic. Most fairy and psychic Pokemon you could put into magic if you vice versa it and put Pokemon into Skylanders universe. Alright, time to move on to the next one. Starting with the earth element, we have the good boy Bash, which would be a ground mono type. Now, there's no other reason to explain this. You could say, oh, he summoned rocks, but it's legit just ground, bro. There's no need to give him another type. His moves would be Stealth Rock, Roll Out, Stone Edge, and Iron Tail. I had to figure out how to get a tail move in there, and I didn't see any, rock type tail moves, so I just gave him Iron Tail. Next up, a Dynarang. This is one I don't play, because my brother owns him. But I gave him the rock and steel type. Steel just specifically for his boomerangs, because I didn't want to make him just rock, because I feel like that's not even him that much. His moves would be Bonerang, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and Agility. Just because he seems like a fast little dude, if I'm being honest. Next up we have his Prison Break. He's a rock mono type. But let me finish before you come at me saying, oh, he should be electric type if that was an electric type. Hold on! His moves would be Charge Beam, Stealth Rock, Diamond, Storm, and Steel Beam. Obviously, the beam is supreme, so he had to have 2 beam moves, because it just makes sense. It just makes sense. To clear up the earth element, we have Terrafin, who would be a fighting ground type. He was super close to being a fighting mono type, but he does go into the ground, so I was like, just give it to him, man. His moves would be Dig, Bite, Brick Break, and Focus Energy. Overall, for the earth element, I think it's an easy, throw a ground and rock in there. There's no outside thinking. Maybe a fighting too. You can throw those 3 types and correlate them with the earth element. Now let's move on to the water Skylanders. First up, we have Slam Bam, the Ice Yeti himself. He would be an ice fighting type. Very self-explanatory. There's no need to really go over that part. He would have Ice Punch, Freeze Dry, Icicle Crash, and Karate Chop. Because he had to have a fighting type move somewhere in there. Next one is Zap. He's obviously a water electric type, like there's no other thing to it. That's his whole thing, is being that one electric guy. His moves would be Charge, Surf, Spark, and Thunder Shock. Next up is Whamshell. He's just a water mono type. I couldn't really think of anything else for him. He's just a water type. His moves would be Crab Hammer, Spark, Liquidation, and Wave Crash. The reason why Spark is because his third move, he puts his hammer into the ground and electrocutes if you pick the right upgrade path. Next up is Gilgrunt. He's water steel type. Water, shoots water, floats on water, and steel type because he's got his anchors. His moves would be Hydro Cannon, Water Pulse, Anchor Shot, and Gear Up. Overall, for the water element, obviously we're going to give him the water and ice type Pokemon. Because, again, they're super similar. Like Crabominable, Slam Bam, Squirtle could easily be water element. And it's just obvious pick. But now, we move on to the fire element. First up with the fire element, we have Igniter, which is a fire and steel type. Now brace yourself for these moves, because if this was real, this guy would be a behemoth. Pun intended. His moves would be Flame Wheel, Behemoth Blade, Behemoth Bash, and Ember. Yeah, just throwing in a little Ember there, because we got already the Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, which I know are exclusive moves to Zamazenta and Zacian. But like, why not just give him? There's not many sword moves. I don't even know if Sacred Sword's a real Pokemon move. I thought it was, but I forgot to look that up. So now you just got Behemoth Blade. Next one is everybody's favorite, Sunburn, the fire and flying type. There's really no explanation for that. He's a phoenix that flies and shoots fire. His moves would be Flamethrower, Teleport, because his secondary move, he teleports around. Burn Up and Heat Crash to relate to his third move, because he like rushes and just blows up in front of anybody. So those made really good sense for him to be that. Next is Flame Slinger, and I decided just to give him the fire type instead of the fire steel, because again, Igniter was just fire steel and there was really no necessity to it. His moves would be Blaze Kick, Torch Song, Agility, and Double Team, so he'd be really hard to hit if this was a real Pokemon game. I low-key would want this guy on my team. Last for the fire element we have is Eruptor, who's also fire mono type. And now you can also say, well, he used to be a ground type. He's like a volcano that erupts and blows up. He's a volcano. But is he really though? Like, I mean, not that he's a volcano, but like, is he really a ground type though? Like, he doesn't really have any ground-ish moves, or rock even. I mean, I did give him Rock Throw. He also has Eruption, Overheat, and Pyro Ball. Yes, Cinderace's brand name move is now given to this guy, the Walking Volcano, because you know, why not? Because he barfs out like the flaming lava balls, because it's just funny. For the fire element, I'm not even gonna lie to you, the only Pokemon type I can put with him is fire. Like there's not even anything in the Pokemon universe that's close to fire. Well, we're moving on to one of the most unique and different from any Pokemon type, the Tech Skylanders. First up, we have Boomer, and this is a bit of a hot take on his Pokemon type. I would say he's a fighting fire type, because you're not telling me I'm gonna give him Steel just because he's a Tech Skylander. Like, he has no Tech moves. He has, like, you could say, there's so many things you could say, but he's really hard to give a type. I knew fighting was gonna be in there just for his like slam on the ground, but I didn't know what else to give him, honestly. His moves would be Explosion, Self-Destruct, Uproar, and Fire Punch. Fire Punch just because slams the ground and boom. Next up we have Drill Sergeant, who's a steel ground type because he's a drill. Robot drill. Drill into the ground. Whoa. His moves would be Drill Peck, Steel Beam, like his lasers that he shoots out from the top of his head, Shift Gear because he's a robot, and Iron Defense because of his Soul Gem upgrade, which gives him like Archean armor. Next up we have is Drobot. He is a Dragon Steel type. There's really no need to explain anything there. Dragon, Steel. That's like Drill, if that was his name in the Pokemon universe. His moves would be Charge Beam like his lasers, Fly like his third move, Dragon Pulse just because he's a dragon, I decided to give it to him, and Gear Grind. I don't even know what that move does. I just saw gears and I was like, Tech, Gear guys! Next up it's Trigger Happy, and I am giving him the normal Mono type, and I think he's one of the only Skylanders of the original 32 that I gave a normal type at all. His moves would be Payday, Disarming Voice, because he's like, Mirror Shot, and Flash Cannon. So obviously, the money shot, the money move, and then just gun moves, because there really wasn't any pistol, shoot, pow. This isn't the too many types video with the gun Pokemon type. Overall for tech, again, the only thing I could give them was Steel type. Like, what else are they gonna have really going for them? There's no other types that line up with tech other than Steel. And I know Boomer's fighting fire type, but he's just a unique breed of a guy. He's kind of his own thing, if you get what I'm saying. First up, we got Hex, which I labeled as a ghost and dark type, which I'll get to in a second. Her moves would be, listen here fellas, Hex! I had to, there's no way I wasn't going to. Skull Crush, Shadow Bone, and Dark Pulse. The reason why I chose Skull Crush and Shadow Bone is because I believe her second move and her third move both involve skeleton stuff. And then Dark Pulse for her main primary attack, where she shoots like dark magic at you whenever she fights. And then Hex just because she's Hex, that's her name. Sonic's my name, speed's my game, you know. Next up is Cinder, which is a dragon and ghost type. I was close for it to being just dragon and dark type, but I realized she does have a lot of ghost stuff in her second move and her little ghost buddy, which I believe is a Series 2 Wow Pow. But again, that second attack's just enough to carry it over. Her moves would be Thunderbolt, because her main attack is Lightning. Nightshade, because whenever she goes under the ground and kind of follows the shade and like the shadows. Fly, because she has that useless flying move. And Curse. Next up is Chop Chop. I gave him the dark and steel type. I didn't quite give him that ghost type because he gives off ghoul vibes, but he doesn't give off ghost vibes, if you know what I'm saying. You have to really look at him to think, yeah, that's a ghost. No, that's just a skeleton. I gave him Behemoth Blade, Night Slash, which are both for his main attack, Shadow Bone, which is for his third attack, and I didn't want to give another guy Behemoth Bash, so I just gave this guy Astonish and called it a day. Lastly, for the undead element, we have my favorite of the whole game, Spyro's Adventure, Ghost Roaster, which is a ghost mono type. His moves are Pursuit, like his big head chasing attack, where it's like, you've got Taunt and Spite, because he just seems like a very, that type of guy. And Shadow Sneak, like his third attack, where he goes invincible and sneaks for a while, but takes damage. I wish there was moves that was like that, but I don't think there is, so we're just going to leave it at that. For the undead element, I would have to give them the ghost type and the dark type, because it's pretty obvious they're both, it's just, the undead is overall just supposed to be scary, and, undead, not living. So, let's just move on to the air element. Alright, time for the lamest element known to man. I'm sorry to all the people whose favorite element is air, I just do not like it. First up, we got Whirlwind, which I gave Flying Fairy type because she's very rainbowy. I gave her Fairy Wind, Thunder, Air Cutter, and Roost. Roost because her Soul Gem move actually heals your buddy, so it makes sense for her to be able to heal herself in-game. Also Thunder because of Thunderclouds, and Air Cutter, Fairy Wind are kind of like 2-in-1 for her first attack. Next up is Lightning Rod. I don't like this guy, so I didn't really think about his moves too much, but he was an electric type. I don't want to give him flying type because he's not really like a flying dude. He's just it's so hard to explain, but he's not flying type. I gave him Volt Switch, Thunder, Double Shock, and Wild Bolt Storm. Now I have no idea about Double Shock and Wild Bolt Storm if those are overpowered, but they sound pretty good, so I gave him Lightning Rod because he's big and buff and built like Zeus. Next up is Sonic Boom. She's just a flying monotype, if being for real. Like, there's nothing really special about Sonic Boom that sticks out like a sore thumb. Her moves are Roar, Screech, because like her those moves where she screams. Fly, because she has her own fly move. And Soft Boiled, because she launches eggs. And I don't know what Soft Boiled does, but I looked up Blissey moves because I know she had an egg move, and that's what came up. So that's what's going in the move set. Lastly, for the air element, we have my boy Bornado, which is the flying normal type. The reason why I gave him normal type is because I didn't want him to be like Whirlwind, because I believe he is something else. His moves are Tackle, Shell Smash, Sky Drop, and Hurricane. Obviously, Tackle is absolute buns, and nobody would probably use him because of that. But, hey, he's got Shell Smash. That seems like a pretty good move. And he's got Hurricane. I don't know. He seems pretty good. For the air element, I'd overall have to give him the Flying, Dragon, and Electric type, because obviously they fly. Most dragons are in the air element, and a lot of air element Skylanders tend to have like lightning based attacks, so we give him Electric type. Now to move on to the final element of Skylands, the life element. Kicking it off, we have Stump Smash, the grass monotype. No other type, he's nothing else going for him except for being a tree with hammers. His moves would be Wood Hammer, Crab Hammer, Growth, and Branch Poke. Wood Hammer, Crab Hammer relate to his first move, where he just slams down with his hammers. Growth, I feel like would be a really good move for him. And then Branch Poke, because I think it's one of his path moves that if he gets hit, he'll inflict damage to the enemies. Next up is Camo. He is a grass dragon type. His moves would be Trailblaze, just like his second move, because I think it's like running forward, and that's just like all this stuff is like wow. Horn Leech, because Thornhorn Camo. Energy Ball and Dragon Breath are kind of like his first move, where it just shoots like an energy ball at him. And Dragon Breath, because it's a dragon type, you gotta give him a dragon move. Next up is Zook, who is also a grass monotype. Now, it was kind of hard to think of ones for Zook, because he's very artillery and not a tech Skylander. So, I gave him Explosion, I gave him Solar Beam, I gave him Seed Bomb, and I gave him Growth. He also gets Growth just because I feel like it would be kind of good on him. But again, I don't know special attacks from physical attacks off the top of my head, so it could be absolutely buns for all I know. But you know, we're just gonna give him Growth. Lastly, for the last one today, we have Stealth Elf, the Dark and Fairy type. Now, before you try to kill me here, you can tell me you look at Stealth Elf specifically and say, yeah, that's a grass type. It's not a grass type. Name me one grass thing about her. And before you say anything about being green, just don't, okay? That doesn't even count. Exactly, you couldn't name anything outside of being green, okay? If you want to be green, if you want to go by green, I guess Boomer's a grass type. I guess Zap's a grass type. I guess Drobot's a grass type. I guess your mama's a grass type. I don't know. But she is not a grass type. She is dark and fairy. Her moves would be Sludge Bomb, like one of her combos where she spits poisonous gas. Teleport, because she teleports. Razor Leaf, like her blades. And Acrobatics, because she's just naturally like a very mobile character. And one of her combos also does that like Acrobatics move, I think. For life, I would give them the Grass, Bug, and Poison type, because you don't see it now. But way later on, there are way more like poisonous Pokemon, grass Pokemon that kind of follow the life element. Along with Bug, like High Five. I can't think of any other Bug Pokemon, but High Five is a really good example. And you know what element he's in? Life element. You guessed it, compadre. I know I made a lot of assumptions on if moves were good. I didn't really look deep into them. I just looked if they attacked or if they didn't. So drop the comments down below if you know anything about Pokemon. Which ones would be the most overpowered? Which one would you want on your team if you had to fight a gym leader? And which one do you agree with the least? Because if I get enough comments about one being so buns, and it makes sense to me at least, hey, I'll change it. But if we can get this to, I don't know, 100 views in 2 weeks, I'll drop a Giants version. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. Don't forget the notification bell. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to go check out my Skylanders Spyro's Adventure gameplay somewhere on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. Peace!